right, so just a quick rundown for those of you that are waiting on your own how to actually operate this thing. So FYI, once you get in, the car is already on and ready to go. So this is how you put it in drive. You can see I just held it down and went to drive. This is actually how you put it in park. You press this button on the end. You go into reverse, you go like this, all right? And then I want to go into drive, you go like that. To put it in full self-driving or autopilot, actually, you double click like this, okay? So it's just telling me it's unavailable, I can't do that right now. If you want to do regular old like cruise control, you just click once. So I'll show you how it looks different on the screen once I get going here. So I'm in drive and I'm just gonna go. I'll also demonstrate to you how fast it goes as well, which is kind of fun. So it's 35 miles an hour. I've got it set here in my system to not go over 40. That's 5 over everywhere because I don't want to get a ticket. I've already gotten stopped. This thing attracts a lot of attention. It's actually quite bumpy. It might get annoying to you, but I am on main back roads. I do not like to do the double tap and have it drive for me on the back road so much because of all the potholes and things, and it won't avoid that obviously. So if I just put it in regular like cruise control autopilot, one click like this, see it's got me set to go a max. I just want to go 5 over everywhere I go. So I'm going to go 40 and I can just not worry about the speed so much and just drive my own car and avoid potholes. Now I can have it drive for me and I can do that from here. Double tap, and as you see it turns blue. So I got to keep my hands on the wheel, and this is where I explain that if you hold tight here and drop your hand, it feels like I'm actually pulling or trying to pull the wheel this way, but because this is so secure, it's not going to pull it out. But here we come up on some potholes and it's just going to go right over it. And that's what I don't like about it driving in these type of roads. So it is really, really great on the highway, and I do use it there more often. So as long as I keep my hand like this or move it over to the other side, when that tire gets tired out, it's not going to send me any indications. So I'll just lightly hold it. You know how you just kind of hang out down here at the bottom? You know, my hand is just like this on the bottom. It's not enough unless you're putting force against it. So I'll just kind of hang out, and I'll show you what it will do to tell me that I need to stay aware and put some pressure on the wheel basically, so you can kind of see it in action. So we're just going to hit all these bumps, which I don't like, but you know, that's what, here we come up with a big curve. Ah! It did not like that. It did not like that. It wanted to go that way, and that would have definitely caused an accident. So thank God I am paying attention. You cannot 100% trust this thing, and that is why. So we'll put it back in, and I actually got to make a turn up here. So I'm not going to do, I'm not going to have a drive for me. I got to take a break. Take a minute. Oh, good thing I can multitask and talk and drive at the same time. So I'm just going to turn here. I've got it set to where whichever side I'm turning on, the camera on that side shows up. So that's handy on the turnpike more so than here. So, all right, we'll put it back in again, and I'll show you. It can actually go around curves just fine on its own. There's a curve coming up here. But it does tell you, keep your hands on the wheel. You really should. And we're taking, it's turning. I'm not turning. Yep. I'm just kind of along for the ride here. And it's doing just fine. Okay. So you can see the trash can. And here it's 35. I got it set at 37, but I am going to up it to 40. I like to go at least 5 miles an hour everywhere I go. I used to do 10 until I got stopped at 10 in this thing, so I've just backed it down some, which is, you know, I guess the car has slowed me down, and that's a good thing because I drive too fast anyway. I need to stop doing that. I need to grow up. We should have some more curves come up here. Here comes a good one. We'll see how it does. It really does do quite well. I haven't seen it do what it did back there actually ever yet. So there we go. It does it just fine. it's just kind of a little rundown for you, I guess, of how that works if you're wondering and haven't quite seen it yet. We're sitting in the car here on the side of the house because it's the only way I can get connected to the internet because we have a software update to do. So I'm excited about that. This is my first software update. I'll share with you how to do that and then what changed. Software said there was an update. Did I want to start it? It's going to take 25 minutes. I said yes, and it's giving me a countdown. So I'll come back 25 minutes from now and show you what changed. Lucy and I sit here and wait for this thing to update. That's my daughter, by the way. I just want to run through a couple things, what I think about the car and a little feedback, I guess, to others that might be waiting and things that you've heard. So first of all, I've had this car for exactly a week now, 1 week, and I've driven over 1,000 miles. Just amazing. The one thing that I really want to address is the fact that it is so quiet inside when I drive. I don't hear a bunch of road noise, and it's smooth. I literally feel like I'm driving on butter. Okay, that might be exaggerating a little bit, but in comparison to like my last 2 cars, it's much more quiet inside and it's much more smooth. So I drove a Chevy Traverse and then I got a Toyota Highlander and now I have this. So I don't know why people are saying they're so loud and whatnot or what they were driving before that was so smooth, but nothing so far beats this for me. What do you think, Lucy?
I think it's a very smooth ride. But when you brake, I don't know if you notice when you go to brake, it's got like a funky brake.
So this is, yes, a concern for some people and was also kind of a concern for me. It's something you have to get used to. And as I'm getting used to it, I'm not completely used to it. And what she means is that regenerative braking that's happening. So once you let off the gas, it kind of pulls you forward a little. Like I can even see her kind of come forward. And then once I press the gas again, you kind of come back and go. But it is what it is. You can set it different ways, like to crawl and stuff like that. But I just keep it at normal. And I think it's because I kept it so long at like the factory setting that I don't like the roll feature and things. So when I come up to a stop sign, for example, I let off the gas and it will do this and stop. But then it will hold at the end and like basically put it in park where I don't have to even press the brake if I don't want to. Whereas there's other settings where it will like roll to the stop a little more smoothly. And then you do have to put your foot on the brake. So I just prefer the factory setting since I think I drove that way for so long. Anything else?
When you're driving and the line thing beeps.
Oh, super duper annoying. Yeah, I thought I found in there and fixed that in the features if anybody knows how to fix that. I mean, I live in Maine, as you know, most of you know, and the roads, the back roads, I mean, most of them have like the white lines, right? But sometimes it gets messed up or it thinks I go over the yellow line when I didn't, and it's just like beep beep beep, you know, take control of the wheel. So I don't know why it's saying or doing that, and I'm not in autopilot or anything when that's happening. I literally pull out of my driveway. It happens every time I pull out of my driveway onto our main road. It starts like beep beep beep, you know, pay attention kind of thing. I'm like, I'm not doing anything wrong. Radio, oh my god, the sound system,
the subwoofer
specifically is pretty awesome. We love that. We totally rock out in this car. That's amazing feature. My husband has an F-250 and his sound system, to be honest though, is actually pretty equivalent. The only thing that makes it different, I think, is the interior of his car is just more bigger and open, right? And he gets a little more like bumpy road noise, so maybe that's why it's not as good, but his totally cranks. This one just seems more like rich and premium to me. But that's my personal opinion. It's awesome. Oh yeah, one of my complaints is that I use dog mode literally every day, and you can't use Sentry mode when you're on dog mode. So I leave my car unattended, my dog's in it, but I can't see what's going on around it. I do not like that feature. I wish that I could have both, but apparently I can't. Maybe in the future I will.
I think it's a very different car, but it's a very awesome car. It's different. Yeah. That's what it is.
Like the roof is different.
Yeah.
Look at that. We can just chill here and watch the stars.
You could go on a date with Dad.
I mean, they've got camp mode in this thing, so we certainly could.
They also have a romance mode.
Yeah, that's really awesome. You want to see the romance mode? Let me show you. So if you don't have a Tesla, you got to see this. See, went down to the bottom into toy box, and then this is just romance right here. Get
it's
cozy.
A flame that never goes out. Experience romance mode and stay parked all night long.
Ooh.
It's an all night.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, 'cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday.
Pretty cool.
This is what it looks like when it's updating. Kind of trying to turn this around. This is software updating, update starting, do not drive until complete. Imagine that. We don't want to drive until it's done.
Alright, it's different than most cars. It definitely took you some time to get used to, and she's still getting used. It's hard because everything is on the screen, so it's definitely a task to be driving and touching the screen at the same time.
Yes, they need to make that like easier somehow, I guess. I don't really, well, maybe not. Maybe it's just a me thing. Like I just need to get used to it.
Maybe.
Because I am getting better. Once you learn where things are, it's like, oh, okay. But if you got memory issues like I do, it's like, it takes a minute for it to click. And oh yeah, I remember, right? So I don't know. Hopefully most of it will become like muscle memory and I don't have to think about it so hard. But it's like, if it's raining out all of a sudden, okay, where are the windshield wipers? You know what I mean? I kind of know where they are, but I got to poke around for a second to find them. So I think that's kind of what you mean. Yeah. Or it's just like, can you do this for me? I'm driving because I don't want to be so distracted. Speaking of being distracted, the autopilot. So autopilot is like cruise control. You can do it two different ways, like normal cruise control, and you can stay a certain distance in front of the, you know, behind the car in front of you, which is really great. Lots of cars offer that. If that's a feature that you can buy on any car you're looking for, I say get it. I never experienced it before and it's awesome. I use it primarily, okay, for me, rather than the other feature where the Tesla basically drives or stays within the lines for you. That's just too much work for me. I don't know. I don't like it when it beeps at me. Maybe I just haven't used it enough. But I like to kind of drive my own car. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but you know, I'll work on it, okay? Currently are the updates. Autopilot maximum speed. Maximum speed has been increased from 80 to 85. It's going to remain attentive. Well, okay then. Driver profile improvements. Oh, you can link like Spotify to each person. Pretty cool. Navigation energy prediction. Energy prediction for your route has been improved by incorporating forecasted crosswinds, headwinds, humidity. Oh, that's pretty cool because I've heard this is a hard one to navigate. That will be really handy for me in the winter time. It won't be such a guessing game. Oh, I like it. I like it. All right, so that's it for this week's update. I guess that's all I really want to share with you for now, but I'll be back soon, and I do want to do a video here coming up. I plan on taking a little bit of a road trip, western, northern kind of Maine. It's a well-known area, Rangeley, but you got to go up these mountains and then come back down, so it's definitely going to affect my range, and I go there often, so yeah. I mean, it takes about 3 hours to get there and 3 hours home, so I don't really know how well the range is going to do, whether I'm going to have to stop and charge either on the way up or the way back. I'm just kind of figuring it out as I go, but the problem is where we stay, we don't have electricity, so I can't just plug the car in there and get some juice while I'm hanging out for a few days. So yeah, it should be fun, especially for other Mainers that frequent that area and want to know how well a Tesla will do and all that good stuff. All right, so like and subscribe, especially subscribe if you can, because I only need another 70 subs to monetize this channel. Thanks, guys. Bye.